Well, hello there. Look who we have here. Now please, come in, do have a seat. I don't bite. Well, there was that isolated incident, but who could blame me, really? So now, as I understand it, you're looking for a very particular job opportunity. Yes. Well, as it just so happens, we are hiring for the 3 of spades. Well, the opening has just become available. Yes, the last 3 of spades was, well, let's just say dismissed. So, I never have my assistant do interviews for these sorts of things because, well, my deck of cards is very unique, and I always need to find the perfect person to fill the position. So, I will be conducting the interview myself and asking you just a few crucial questions to see if you're the right person. I would normally ask if that's all right, but obviously that's why you're here. So, let me get out my trusty clipboard. A computer who? Now what's it? No, I've never heard of such a thing. Oh, well, that's interesting. Now I use a pad of paper and a pen like a normal person. Not that I'm normal in any way, shape, or form, but by the way, I must say, your head is the perfect size. Yes. Well, I have a sort of infatuation for heads. No, not head collecting. Oh, no. Nothing of the sort. Bite your tongue. Anyway, shall we proceed? Good. Now tell me, what is your first name? I don't really care about your last name, just the first, so I know what to call you by until you become the card. Okay. Terrific. That's a very unusual name. So now, what is your address? Do you live in Wonderland, or would you have to make a commute? All right. Well, no, this job isn't remote per se, no. We do have some hybrid opportunities, though. Right. Now, how do you feel about tarts? Strawberry, rhubarb, cherry. Okay, so just hypothetically, if one were sitting on the counter, freshly baked, would you be tempted to snatch it up? Okay. Now, taking the hypothetical situation just a bit further, if you did, let's say, grab the tart that was not yours, would you fess up to it if someone confronted you about it? Oh, that's good. We value integrity above all else here. Now, have you ever played croquet? So you know the rules, the ins and outs of things, then. All right. Now, what's your favorite mallet? Oh, I love a good dodo myself. But, you know, I adapt to whatever they hand me. Unless I'm in a piggy mood, that is. another hypothetical for you. All right. Well, first of all, how are your painting skills? All right. And what's your favorite color? Okay, now another side question. What's your favorite shade of red? That is lovely. Now the hypothetical I was mentioning earlier. Let's pretend that I'm strolling through the garden and I come upon you painting the roses an entirely different color than red. It might be white, it might be aquamarine, whatever the case may be. I just want you to visualize it. Now, what would you do if you felt that I was disgruntled about your color selection? That's a good answer. Okay, as you can see, I have a very large brain, hence the bulbous head. And, do you like giving scalp massages? Alright. Do you have any experience in it? Professionally, I mean. Alright. Since we're on the subject of my rather spherical noggin, are you at all familiar with making hats? Well, yes, we have a hattery, haberdashery, all of the above on premises, but I am looking for someone who can offer a unique perspective when it comes to hat design. All right. Now, this might seem like a question completely out of left field, but are you flexible? I mean, can you touch your toes, for instance? All right, well, I do every now and again enjoy a reenactment of a on-site house of cards. So you and a few of the cards might get together and put on a little bit of a carnival act. How do you feel about that? I like your can-do attitude. Now for another one of those make-believe situations, let's say that you enter a room and there are two items on the table. One is a delicious-looking aperitif, a beverage, and it says "drink me," and the other is a little delicious cupcake, or tart, or cookie, whatever morsel you choose to imagine, and it says "eat me." Would you do either? Lovely, I know. So naive. To, give in to that little parlor trick. Now, a follow-up question. Let's say that I kindly requested that you either eat or drink the items. Would you do so? Lovely. Trustworthy and reliable, I can tell. Alright, I don't need to ask you that. Allergic to pets? No. Alright. How about scents? I like to wear my fair share of floral perfumes, and I just want to make sure there isn't going to be an issue there. I mean, it wouldn't be an issue for me, of course, it would be an issue for you. But just to be clear about things. Alright. I don't need to know that, or that either. Let's see here, let me have a look. As we all know, I hate to ask this question, but, there have been some rather wild tea parties happening as of late, and would you ever be inclined to sneak off early from work to attend one of these such tea parties, particularly one that has a zany host? All right. And just because I want to know, from my own personal records, do you have any hobbies? Well, that's very interesting. Well, just between you and I've taken up crocheting as of late. Oh, it's ever so relaxing. It helps me a bit with my temper. Plus, once again, for your ears only, I'm making those tea kettle cozies, you know? Well, I have a friend who enchants them, and we're thinking about sending them to, well, that zany host I mentioned earlier, and other hosts along the realm who violate our tea party rules. Alright. Making some notes. Now, one last question for you. And things are looking up, let me just say that. Another let's pretend situation, if you will. Let's pretend there is a pesky little girl who drops down a hole into Wonderland and causes all sorts of mischief, wreaks havoc, really. How would you help to deal with the situation? All right. Oh, I like your train of thought. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been really scribbling gibberish the whole time. I am so intelligent that I can kind of soak up all the information you've been giving me without the assistance of a pen and paper. It's mainly for show. Part of my vetting process, if you will. Now, normally, I would have offered you the opportunity to be one of the cards. Oh yes, it's not a prerequisite to be born a card. In fact, all of the cards in my employ were born humans. Well, a couple of them were raccoons, but primarily humans. And we have a magic spell. There is a witch in-house who casts this said spell, and, well, you're magically turned into a card. But you, I think you're destined for bigger things, and I don't say that to everyone. Trust me. In fact, I think you're the first person I've said it to my entire life. Except when I'm looking in the mirror. That's a different story. So, along those lines, rather than hiring you to be the replacement for the previous card, who was a wild card, I must say, pun intended, I would like to offer you a very unique chance to accompany me to a sort of seminar that I have RSVP'd to. Well, RSVP'd. I'm also one of the coordinators, and I think you might learn a lot at this seminar. Well, it takes place in the spring. Well, early spring. Just on the cusp of spring. And you'll learn all sorts of new things. There's a variety of workshops, and I can see a little evil glint in your eye. Oh, no. I understand. But all the people in the Wicked Kingdom, the who's who, will be there in attendance. In fact, it's called the Wicked Wisdom Workshop. Or Wicked Wisdom Retreat, some people call. I certainly do, because it's a sanctuary for me every year. Though the past couple of years, they've skipped it for one reason or another. Well, there was that incident with the evil witch in the broom, and I'm sure you heard of it. There was a little water involved. But they have the best security this year round, so there's not going to be any shenanigans. At least I hope. Well, maybe a little shenaniganery, but you know. So, would you like to attend with me? Fantastic. So I will have my assistant send you all the information. There's no need to bring anything. I will go ahead and pack a little suitcase for you. Well, rather, Nancy, my assistant, will. Yes, she used to be a card as well until she got her promotion. So, just make sure that you block out the dates in your calendar. I will send you all the info. Yes, via messenger, of course. And we'll make sure that you travel in luxury. All right. Well, you know, I believe everything happens for a reason. And you were destined to come to this job interview today, even though I had an inkling, just by looking at you, that, yes, bigger and better things, dear. Well, all right then, toodaloo. I'll send you on your way, and I will see you very soon.